Alright, so I just got done watching Agatha All Along, episodes 1 and 2. I thought I was going to do like reaction videos to them. I got about 15 minutes into the first episode, just sitting there drinking a Ula lemon and eating my toasted chips. And I was like, this is probably not a good idea to react like this. Because it was really. This is going to be a blunt review. If you know me, you know I'm a pretty blunt and honest reviewer. I thought these two episodes were good. I thought these were really good. I was so on and off with that first episode. The second episode I definitely liked a lot more. Uh, and there's definitely a reason why Marvel released those first two. You have to have two. Um, I'm gonna go into the good, and then I'm gonna go into the bad. I'm gonna do this for every episode, by the way. I'm also gonna do this for the Penguin because I want more content on this channel, and I'm also quite interested in the shows. I'm a big fan of the MCU. One of my favorite shows, it's like my second favorite show. I loved WandaVision. I really, really liked WandaVision. So, when I heard we were getting an Agatha show, I said, why? Why are we getting an Agatha show? And so far, Catherine Hahn's great. Everyone in the show is great. I love the way she acts in the first episode. There are some moments where I'm like, that Marvel humor and some of those uncomfortable cringe moments kind of appear in the first episode. But it didn't really bring down the show for me that much. The show seems like it's trying to undo the negatives of Multiverse of Madness, which is a movie I know a lot of people favor, but me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it because of some of the stuff it does with the Scarlet Witch as a character. I could go so far into it, and if you come to this channel, you'll see I already have a No Way Home, She-Hulk, and Thor Love and Thunder review. I'm trying to go through every movie over time. But, there's a lot of thoughts to gather on everything individually, and I will probably do the same for Agatha eventually whenever I get into the era of the shows uh, more in depth. Aubrey Plaza, fun. Again, Catherine Hahn, amazing. Everyone just really at their top game. I also love how this does feel like a sequel to WandaVision, more than Multiverse of Madness did. And I like how it seems like Wanda could come back. I think Wanda's coming back, and I'm quite excited for that. Um, Now, let me get into the negative. All right. Big MCU thing. Everyone loves to hear about the negativity of the MCU. The most intriguing thing about this show is the name of a teenager. Like, the most gripping, intriguing, and interesting concept that this show adds in these two episodes is not the Witch's Road. It's not the idea of covens. It's not the idea of witchcraft in the MCU. Who is this kid? She's driving me crazy. Who is this kid? And that is probably one of the biggest reasons I'm going to continue to watch this show. I'm going to watch theories on it. Can't wait to see where Mephisto lies in this one. But I don't think that drags the show. I think it'd be more interesting to. I hope next episode, like, I genuinely do not want them to keep this guy's identities, like, hidden until, like, the last couple of episodes. I think that would just be the dumbest thing ever, and it just wouldn't make sense for me, for the show. I'm sure they would find a way to do it. I'm sure no matter what they do, I'm going to like and enjoy. Again, first thoughts, I just finished watching these two episodes. But to me, if this kid doesn't have a name, and this kid is just wandering through the Witch's Road with this random cast of characters who are probably there just to die, and, I feel like these characters solely exist just to die in the end. I do not see these characters coming back in any later MCU property, except maybe Teen, and of course Agatha. Agatha is going to be in Secret Wars. Agatha, I'm going to need you to distract Kane. I feel like I need to let this show take its course, and I feel like the show should have been released all at once. I feel like this is suffering from the same thing that Echo did. And remind you, this is the last thing. This is the only Marvel show other than Echo this year. This year we've had Echo, Deadpool, Wolverine, and this for the canon MCU. And then we also have Venom and Kraven, which, your move, Sony. That's not gonna be canon. Um, I'm very hopeful for this show, and I very much want this show to work. I very much enjoyed the first two episodes, but these were not standout season premiere show. Like, this wasn't a standout in the grand spectrum of Marvel television. In terms of like MCU shows, you know, like Moon Knight had a great start. WandaVision released 2 episodes, but both of those were like, ooh, what's happening? And that's probably because of like bias, or like we had no idea what was going on. It was the first show in the MCU. Echo had a fresh start, but again, Echo released everything at once, and I don't feel like Echo was completely forgotten about. I just think like, if this show is going to bring back Wanda, if this show is going to bring back Wanda, and it's going to lead into Vision's show, because this is in Marvel's eyes, this is the sequel to WandaVision, which is crazy because Multiverse of Madness, you know, maybe I'm being rude or mean. It's just I didn't feel anything with these episodes. Like, usually when there's a Marvel thing, I'm like, oh, this is the next page in the MCU. This is the next chapter. Like, we're seeing how everything leads up to Doomsday and Secret Wars. How is this going to tie into the next big Avengers movie? And I know what you're thinking. It doesn't need to. Right now, it kind of does. Because we had a street drama, like a street-level crime drama, grounded series with Echo, which gave us some stuff about Wilson Fisk, who apparently is going to be in the Thunderbolts, and the Thunderbolts is pretty much the Dark Avengers, my theory. And then we had Deadpool and Wolverine, huge multiversal thing, which is going to lead directly into Secret Wars. And then we have this, which is supposed to build up more about Wanda, more about covens and witchcraft and the sorcery of the MCU. And it's also supposed to lead into the Vision show, which is apparently bringing back Ultron. So this show is supposed to be quintessential. This show is supposed to be like, boom, you have to watch Agatha. And I have no problem with that. It's just, I'm in the boat of, I haven't seen anything yet. This may have been an instance where they should have released the first 3 episodes, because apparently at the premieres, they showed off 4. It was like, you get to watch 4 episodes of Agatha, 2 hours worth of this show, and people were ecstatic. The reviews were amazing on this show. And I have faith. I have faith that this is going to be a good show. I have faith that it's going to blow me away. Because I love the MCU. I love the Marvel stuff. I didn't get anything yet. And, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Let me know what you think down below about Agatha All Along so far. I don't hate it. I'm just I'm on the fence. A lot of new stuff for Marvel in these episodes. Like, we got some nudity, a little bit more blood. You know, the show is a bit more mature. Yeah. I quite literally am going to see what Penguin does tomorrow before I figure out which show is going to be the, it's usually like a Star Wars show and The Boys premiering at the same time, but we got a big Marvel versus DC scenario we haven't had for a long time. Sorry again. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. Peace out. Subscribe. All that.